All right, guys, check it out. Then we got the Mazda and Jasmine. So, guess what car this is? Do you know?
FDRX7.
Wow. So, how long it took you to learn that?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay. All right. So, this is what's going on. We got the hood up. We got the engine bay. Showcase the engine bay, but it's not good enough for my standard. There's a lot of things, little small things that I don't like, and it just so many things that needs to be done on this. It runs good, it idles good. Drove it last summer, but there's a lot of work on this. This will be the next video, but right now I'm gonna tell you guys what's going on, show you what's been done on this. So this is a Reman new Apex ceramics Apex on this. This thing got converted to a Pearl turbo, so it's not sequential anymore. So that means both stock turbos spin at the same time. So that's what's been done before I purchase it to the owner. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just clean all this up. So starting from the back, there's a lot of dust and oil on here. So same thing on the other side. Around the block, and this side here, and then on this side, there's some kind of, I don't know if it's an engine oil or some kind of oil. I'm guessing it's the engine oil. So it's not like leaking oil, it's just a wet spot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm thinking of taking out the whole engine, trim all this up, take all this turbo piping, crossbar, this intake manifold, the intake tube, the filter, the rad hose, the exhaust pipe, anything attached to the engine we're gonna disconnect. Power steering line, and this is a rear-wheel drive, so there's no axle on the left and the right. So basically just a transmission and then drive shaft at the back. So bell housing, there's probably like 8 bolts that needs to be disconnect, and then the flywheel bolts, and then this whole thing will come out. So make sure drain the coolant on this. Then when we lift up the engine, we can see all the evidence of oil where it's leaking coming from. Oh yeah, the guy told me, the previous owner, reinforcement on the oil pan on this, some kind of reinforcement, some kind of reinforcement that makes it stiffer, the oil pan around where the bolts mounted to. So it's not cockeyed, it's not like warped, so it's all nice and solid. So that's a good thing. While the engine is out, we're gonna clean all this mess right here. So starting from behind the rad, this heavy wire right here, I have another wire, both wire, extension wire. It's a factory one. I got an extension about 2 feet long, so we're gonna hide this when I install it back. We're gonna hide it, tuck it in around the rad, and then down here, so that this is not showing, this wire. And we'll take out the headlights. We're gonna clean up the headlights here, get all this wire hanging. We're gonna take out these headlights. We're gonna tuck the wire in. I did this last year, I believe. There's all this right here is what's located on this side. There's a bracket, it hooks into the bracket. So I took out the brackets and I'm trying to do a semi-engine tuck on this, but kind of works a little bit, but it's just hangs like that, you know, it's loose. So I was thinking about move all this here, tuck it in on this side, so that this engine bay is nice and clean. There's no wire, there's no mess, rat's nest on this here. So that's what's going on. Same thing with this wire right here. There's a little bit of an extra wire connector from the factory. I'm gonna tape all this up, what we don't use. So it's especially down underneath the intake right here. There's a lot of wire and connector. There's some right there that it's not used because it was deleted. There's a lot of solenoid down there. There's no solenoid. All the solenoid is gone because we don't need all that. The vacuum line is all gone. There's probably like a handful of vacuum line left that we need to use. So that's all gone. Make sure we're gonna tape all those harness shut so we know that we don't need it before we install everything back together. See how that wire loom right there is some moisture right there, so I have no idea why there's moisture. There's the PCV valve. We're probably gonna replace those PCV. So yeah, we're gonna have tuck all this wire, put a wire loom on here, and then makes all this thing look clean. Same thing on this side here. There's some couple wires that we need to tuck right there. Reservoir line to the clutch right there. That looks like need a new one. All right, so that's the scoop. Stay tuned on that one. Maybe the next couple of videos we'll pull this engine out and we'll fix up the leak, and that's about it, guys. So make sure to subscribe, don't mess it out, give me a thumbs up. See you guys again on the next one. So Jasmine, you're gonna say something?
Don't forget to subscribe.